My name is Carlos Walker. This is Art and Hustle Black Authors Matter, and I'm here with Mr. Dwight Williams. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
Man,
Fantastic.
I love it. Love to hear that. So, if you will, share a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Well, I'm a baby boomer, born in 1949. I'm 76, but a brother feels 56,
Woo.
and that's because of the things that I do. I if I go back to 1967, I'm 18,
Okay.
and my doctor told me if I didn't have my left kidney removed, I was going to die. And I had been dealing with that kidney problem since 1959, since I was 10. So that wasn't the first time they wanted to take out my kidney. They wanted to take it out
Uh,
in 59. But at 60, and I had been in and out of the hospital. So by 1967, I'm 18. Let me tell you, I was in the hospital sometimes for 30 days straight. So I was able to see exactly what's going on there. And so when I was 18, I decided I didn't want to have it taken out. I told the doctor that I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna look out for Dwight. And this is what 2025, I still
2026.
2026. You right? I still had that kidney, and all my doctors have been dead. Okay, and so I have been living a life of I went to Africa, I went to Asia, I went through all throughout the Caribbean looking for those secrets that could save my life. I wasn't thinking about nobody else. I'm trying to save Dwight's life. And I spent uh, 25 years going all over the world, man. And I found those secrets and I put them in my book. Because people would always ask me, "What you do?" You're not moving like a 60-year-old or a 50-year-old or 70-year-old. And so that's why I put it in the book, and I did those videos just showing people what I do. I don't tell people, what they should do or they can do. I'm just showing people what I do and the formula that I've used. And my objective is I'm trying to live to be 100, but I want to be strong 100. I won't be doing push-ups just like I'm doing now. Because when I was 50, they would tell me, you're not gonna be doing those pull-ups and stuff when you're 60. And then when I was 60, they said, you're not gonna be doing them pull-ups when you're 70. And now I'm 77. I'm getting ready to be, the next decade is 80. So they're gonna say that they've been saying the same thing for the last 30 years. So I'm going, for that 100 mark. And so that's it in a nutshell.
And that's it in a nutshell. So, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah,
I do know why you created the book. You wanted to share the secrets.
yeah,
The inspiration behind everything came from, as you just said, you wanted to save Dwight.
yeah, yeah,
But after saving Dwight, it came to now I want to save the world.
yeah, yeah. I and the thing is that these secrets are so basic. I mean, listen, God didn't put us here defenseless. The body heals itself.
Come
It's
on now.
here. It's all in the mind. Our mind. This mind is the greatest entity on the planet, and we got the power. We got the power to do anything. And just like I'm moving my hand right now, because my mind told me to move my hand, my fingers. I control my body, and the
Come on
same
now.
way I can control my organs here. And let me tell you, um, I do. It's in the book, but I've got something that I learned in Asia. I call it the deep sleep. I go before I get out of the bed. I spend 5 minutes before I get out. I just lay there and I get into a deep sleep. And I'm not sleeping, but it's almost like a trance. Okay, because I am totally relaxing my body, and I can literally feel the blood vessels flowing. My blood is flowing through my body, You know what I mean? It's incredible. We have the power. This body has the power to heal and protect us. I tell you, when you were in your mother's womb, healing, developing, your fingers is I mean, you're being protected and healing. This body is incredible. And so you know, it's incredible. So that's the first thing I do. And then I demassage all my joints, meaning that I massage my demassage is massaging myself, all my joints, my fingers, my knee, everything, toes. I know all I'm very familiar with my toes. Okay, so your knees. So I learned that in Africa, demassaging. You know, all those joints. And I tell people they see me doing, you know, push-ups and pull-ups. I said, but there's a formula. There's things I have to do before. At 76, I can't just jump out and start doing pull-ups and you know, you got to prepare the body, you know. And I for the last 40 years, I've been preparing the body for the aging process. So my body knows that those changes are happening and what to expect and how to deal with it. So I make sure that I can communicate with my body, that I let my fingers know that I love you. I appreciate you. Most time people I found they neglect themselves. They sick, they getting ill and sick from neglect. They don't pay attention to themselves. They take care of the car and the house and all those other things. But the body, the mind, the soul, that's number one. And so as I tell people that whatever your religion is, whatever your beliefs are, God can see those who appreciate this temple. You can go to church and pray all day long and go out, drink, smoke, do all. He see you destroying what he gave you.
This is the only car, the only vehicle you truly get in life.
Yes.
Is this body.
This is it.
And look, the house, the cars, everything else, that stuff, it'll go away. And you can get 100 of those.
Yes. Yes.
You only get one of these.
Just one. Just one. I was here. I was reading about a guy. He was a billionaire. I think he had 7 billion. Mid-50s. Got sick. He said, "I'd give it all up if I can just run again. If I can make love to my wife again. If I can play with my kids again. Because I can get the money again, but I want to be able to breathe again." So no, so this is everything. And I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and he said, "You're always doing pull-ups and push-ups," and I said, "Listen, it takes me 30 seconds to do 30 push-ups. It takes me 30 seconds to do my pull-ups. So you add them up, I spend 10, 15, 20 minutes a day preparing myself. That's my medicine. You know, you spend more time than that in the line getting your prescriptions. You know, so no, that's everything. That's everything, everything. And so, and I know that at 76, I'll be 77 in June, and I know that when I don't take care of myself or look out, if I just lay around and I just eat junk food or if I don't work out, I feel in one day, I feel 76. I don't like that feeling. No. If I don't work out one day. So some people say, well, you know, 3 times a week. No. I had to work out every day. So I spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you know, taking care of myself. And what I usually do is in the mornings, early, I think 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I work out. And that way, if I don't get a chance to go to the park or I don't get a chance to do anything else during the course of the day, I already did it. I've already done it. And so whatever else I do is just a plus, because I just feel, I like to feel strong and in charge. And if you work with your body and tell your body, what we going to do today? I'm in charge. And the body will do as you say, because the body loves you. My body loves me. Your heart loves you. Your heart will do it. Your heart been beating like this They've been beating for 76 years nonstop. No, this thing is incredible, and so I take care of it. I take care of it, and
So,
it takes care of me.
if you will, show me your favorite part of your book.
The favorite part. Well, you know what? That's nobody ever asked me that before. I think I got two. I can't.
Keep it
I think
mouth
the number one is on is the first page, and it's the pledge. I'm glad you said that. That's a good. I'm glad you said that. It's called the pledge, and it says that by taking the pledge, you are taking the first step towards living healthier, happier, and a fuller life. Pick a person or a friend and tell them that you want to improve your life. You want to, you literally are serious about striving to be healthier. You know, people talk and you know, the question is, what do you do when you alone? You know, they'll go to the gym with their friends, but the key is when you by yourself, what do you do? You know what I mean? That's the key, is doing those things by yourself. But when I was writing this book, they had asked me, they said, you know, I got different steps in here that I follow. You know, de-massage and the dry wash. And they said, what's the first step? And I said, the first step is, to me, is the most important. It's the deep sleep. I'm telling you that when you learn the deep sleep, you can heal and protect your body. Your body protects itself. My immune system works stronger. You know what I mean? You are literally mentally controlling and directing your body what to do. I can't talk to it like this, but you have to learn how to communicate with it. Just like you going to the gym and you want to build a muscle. You can't talk to it. You know, tell it to build. You got to, day after day, time after time, it's going to realize, oh, you want to build a muscle. You keep lifting them weights. Oh, okay, I understand. You know, the body will respond the same way, but it's all here. It's all in the mind. You control that body. And but in this book, I've got the deep sleep, de-massage, and I show people the steps that I use to de-massage my joints. I want to be able to, I tell people, I said, I'm not trying to make you look like Hercules. I'm trying to save those knees. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can walk up those steps, get out your car, bend down. It could be $100 bill laying on the ground. And
you would be able to pick it up.
You can't even bend down and get it. You know what I mean? Ask your grandkids, you call your grandson, Henry, come here, pick this money up. No. I want to be, the key is, I want to be able to do the same thing I've been doing all my life. You know, I'm accustomed to bending down, picking this up, doing this, getting, reaching for that pot. You know, I want to, and so the only way to do it is you got to prepare for the aging process. You got to prepare your body, let it know what we're getting ready to experience. You know, the biggest change is from 10 years old to 20 years old. The body, you're a completely different person, physically, mentally, you know. But from 20 to 30, you're basically the same if you haven't done anything. So the point is that you got to be preparing your body at all times. Just keep preparing it, because each phase we're going through is different. Just like now at 76, it's a different phase than it was when I was 26. You know, I can't think the same, can't do the same. But my mind is strong, because when you get older, you become clairvoyant. You can read the future. I mean, 40 years ago, I already knew what was going to happen when I got 76. If I was still here, I've got to prepare. I remember my grandparents, wonderful people. My grandfather was younger than I am now. And I remember taking him to get a suit. And he wasn't a drinker. He smoked a pipe, but he wasn't a drinker, or he didn't abuse himself. But it was just that they didn't do it. He couldn't even walk to get the suit. And I knew that I got to. I don't.
You ain't want that.
No, I don't want that. I'm gonna try. I'm fighting all the way. So we know we're going, but I won't put up a fight. I'm going. I'm not going down without a fight.
Pretty much, if you was gonna get old, you wanted to be old with extreme health
Yeah.
working for you, not extreme bad health working against you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And we know that there's heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and those all those things out there. And you got to be. And let me tell you, doing that deep sleep, that protects me. And so I tell people, I said, listen, I told you I'm going to be 100, so you can just keep watching me. Most of y'all gonna be younger than me, so you watch and see what I do. You know what I mean? See, you know what I mean? But no, you got to be a ducker. I've been a ducker all my life. I duck heart attacks, stroke, bullets, car accidents. This is a fight. This is a fight, just like a boxing is my favorite sport.
Okay.
You gotta go for training camp. You gotta prepare for that fight. And first of all, you gotta know I can beat him.
Come on.
I can beat him. And so no. And so you gotta have it's the mind. And so yeah, I'm preparing myself for that big fight, because especially when you get back, 75, 80. Most people don't get out their 70s. This is this is the critical. And listen, and the most frightening thing for people, especially a black male in America, the life expectancy for us is 69 years. The average statistics say African American men live 69 years. So I should have been dead. Statistically, I should have been dead 7 years ago. But no. So no. So the key is you are responsible for you. God gave you that body, and you are responsible for it. And so I'm taking care of it.
So, go ahead.
No, and I don't. One thing my doctor told me when I left, Dr. Arnkoff, when I left out of his office in 1967, and I told him I wasn't going to have my kidney taken out, because I told you I'd been in there, so many in and out that hospital, so I knew that they were just feeling their way just like I was. And so the thing is that he told me, he said, Dwight, you need to drink plenty of water. So let me tell you, all I do is drink water, okay? And the juices that I make, the smoothies that I make, or that I buy out, at the store. But I don't drink sodas or coffee or beer, wine. No, that'll take me out. Okay, so I just drink water and the juices that I make. And then in my eating, because I have it in the book too, I talk about my diet. And I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. What I follow was this: if you eat light, you eat right, and your clothes won't be too tight. Okay, so I eat light. I don't eat a lot. I'm very picky about what I eat. I'm picky about who where I go to eat at. Even relatives used to complain because I wouldn't eat at their house. I get a piece of fruit or drink some water, but we just hear the fellow. I didn't. No, I'm very picky, and so and then when I do, and like I told you, I eat cake and ice cream sometimes, but when I don't eat like I should, I'm always protected because of deep sleep. I'm telling you. And I tell people I've been doing it for 40 years.
Come on.
40 years. But
So before we go, I do want to ask you to explain or expound a little deeper upon the deep sleep, because I've heard you speak about this pretty much the whole time. You talked about other stuff,
yeah,
but it sounds like outside of the pledge, the deep sleep is the most important thing.
To me, it is.
Yeah.
because that allows me to control my organs. You know what I mean? My heart. Let me tell you, that is what prevented me from getting cancer, from heart attacks and strokes. The other things that I do, is, my limbs, I can deal with those, but that deep sleep, and it's almost like you've got to learn. I had to learn to totally relax my body, just let it go. And then the body starts to, because it's all about blood flow. We want that blood to keep flowing unrestricted. Okay. Yeah. And so that allows that blood flow to run without being restricted, allows my immune system to pep up and get stronger and to fight off. Because we got entities trying to take over our body every second. You got germs and cancer cells in there trying to take over, and they're trying to see if you're gonna slip up. If you because once you slip up, they want to get in there. Heart attacks and stroke. I mean, they waiting for you to mess up. You know what I mean? About your diet, your lifestyle, what you're doing. And especially as you age, it's unfortunate, but as you age, you got to work even harder. You know what I mean? When you're young, I tell people they don't understand. There's a war going on inside your body. The body is fighting it's a war going on, and you can handle it and don't even realize it when you're younger because it's so strong and vibrant. But when you get older and your fingers hurt, your leg hurt, you wonder why. Because the body is saying, "Can you give a brother a little help?" Okay, the body been working for you. Mine been working for 76 years. They said, "Dwight, can you help me? You know what I mean? We love you, but we need some help." You know what I mean? And so that's why I demassage my joints, stimulate them before I get up and get out and moving. I do the deep sleep. You know what I mean? I demassage. You know what I mean? I stretch. Then I do my exercises, and then I feel after I do that, I feel great. A brother feel wonderful. You know what I mean? I feel like fighting sometimes.
Come on now.
You can't do it. I feel great. And so so I just try to tell people what I do, and you can tweak it to work for you. You figure out how to work. But everything is, it's figuring out what works for your body. And I tell people, you need to eat foods that make you poop. To eat food that make you go to eliminate. You don't eat the food that clog you all up. And then they ask me, what do you eat? I say, everybody is different. You got to find out the easiest way to figure it out is to eat God's food, fruits and vegetables, what I mean? But you have to find out what works for your body, but, and I done spent 7 years figuring this out for me. And so, that's what I do.
One, I want to thank you for writing your book, but for learning the lessons and going places that you may be able to share information that worked for you with everybody else. I thank you for taking the time and investing time in yourself, but technically for everybody else.
Yeah.
It is important that, especially elders like yourself, pour back into others, and you have done that. You have done research. You have done everything on dealing with self to help, and I thank you for that.
Yeah. I appreciate that, and you're right. And let me tell you something. This is this is 2026. You reminded me. I'm thinking still 2025. It's this 2026, and let me tell you, in the turn of the century, 1999, I had a product. When people ask me how did I go to all these places, China, I was doing business. In 1996, 99 is when I had a bottled water company called D Water. That I brought in water from the French Caribbean, which I sold which was the number one water here in Baltimore, Washington area, wrote up in the newspaper in 2002. I was bringing in imported water before Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola had water. Before they started doing the water. And so what I'm saying is that on the bottle, and then you can go. I still have the my website. You can go on the on the website. I'm gonna leave you the website. You can check it out. Um, on the bottle, then it had my picture, and it had at 50, I feel 40. You know, I've been doing this for 20. You know, that's 25 years ago, and I'm saying the same thing now. At 70, I feel 50, and I know what 50 feel like because I've been 50. You know,
Come on now.
so you know, it's nothing new. You know, but yeah, I this life has been incredible. I am uh, I can't complain. I can't say anything negative about anything.
Come
You know,
on now.
anything. You know, and it was a blessing that I got sick. You know, my kidneys, because I wouldn't have been on this journey. I don't tell them what I would have done, but uh, by being sick, spending those you know years in and out of the hospital, and I saw what they did in the hospital. I'm not talking about doctors. My daughter was a doctor. My cousin was a doctor, and they're both decedents now. But and I talk about vegans and vegetarians. Um, my daughter that I'm telling you about was a doctor. She was a vegan. She died at 42. My mother died. She was a vegetarian. My sister vegetarians. So it's not just I'm a vegetarian. You got it's a complete package that you have to follow for yourself, and it's a you know. And so I put it in the book or what I do, and if it can help people, it can help them. You know what I mean? You know, it's all I can do, and but it has worked for me.
Yeah. Come
Uh,
on now. And you 76, about to be 77 now.
yeah,
And earlier on, the doctors were telling you to get rid of your kidney.
yeah. I was going, man. At 18, they said Dwight, if you don't get that kidney, you because he said it's continually shriveling my left kidney. And the last time, let me tell you something. The last time I went to the doctor was in 1986 to have my kidneys checked, and he told me that my left kidney was the size of a nickel. The kidney is the size of your fist. And my right kidney was at 50% functioning. That's like that's over 40 years ago. I haven't been to the doctor since. You know what I mean? And so my mother used to say to me, "Won't you go to the doctor and let them see what's going on?" And I said, "No, no, 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 no," because that'll mess with my head. I need to keep doing what I've been doing. I don't want to then to put negative, you know, I don't want no negativity. And I don't want, you know, you need to take these pills or you need to do, because every time I go to the doctor, they always want to do some kind of surgery on me. When I was there in 86, they wanted to do some kind of surgery on me. And no, I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing. So if I leave out here next week, if
You
I've
lived
enjoyed.
a great, a pleasurable life. And guess what? Longer than what most of them thought you would ever live.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. And I'm glad you contacted me, and I'm glad we had this conversation.
I thank you for the opportunity. Before we leave, I do want to ask you if you will give me a word of wisdom and then let them know where they can go buy this book because everybody need to get this book. Y'all go get this book because it will give you one. I need personally to know more about that deep sleep, but everybody go get this book.
Yeah,
Share a word of wisdom
yeah,
and then let them know where they go get that book.
yeah. Well, they and the title of the book is "How I Extended My Life Without Doctors, Prescriptions, or Surgery, 100% natural." That's how you know that's the title of the book. And the words of wisdom is this: you've got the power in you. I'm telling you, you've got the power to heal yourself, take care of yourself. I'm not, and I don't tell people you don't go to the doctor. I'm saying to you that you have to take care of yourself and think for yourself. You can't follow all these commercials and they got all these pills and all these prescriptions. You know, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have this? You know, if you got a headache, you got this. You know, and also in the book, you'll see how I eliminate headaches, uh, basic things. You know what I mean? No, these aren't herbs and any of those things. This is just natural things that I've learned in Africa, Asia, and throughout the Caribbean. Ancient, ancient secrets. So, but the key is the word of wisdom. You got the power. We're like superpowers. I learned when I was 10 that I had a superpower. At 10, real quick. At 10 years old in the hospital, it was 4 beds in the room, and this is 1959. And I used to wonder why little white boys would come into the into the room with me, and they would stay a couple hours and they would leave. I thought they was going home, and I said, "Man, I wish I was going home." I was in there for 30 days. And then the nurse told me that they weren't going home. They were down the hall. And then I went down the hall and I saw them one time. I had my toys and I went down the hall and I went into the room. And I'm always smiling, you know what I mean? And so I went into the room and I looked around. And then when I went in there, they was like, you know, they all froze, to see me in there. And I said, why would y'all leave a big room to come into this little room? You know what I mean? Why y'all leave the room? You know, and then they told me that their parents didn't want them to be in the room with me. Do you know, I felt invincible. I said, I got that kind of power. I said, I can make grown white men and women run from me without even saying a word or touching them. I got superpower. And then I felt invincible. And from that time on, my entire life, I felt incredible. I felt invincible. I got superpower. And I played with some of the boys that were there, and the ones that didn't play with me, they were scared of my superpower. And so no, I know that that power is real. And so that's another thing to leave the audience with. You got superpower.
You got
We got it. We got the Midas touch. Okay. And yes.
Oh
And so
man,
let me tell
once
you where they
again,
can get the book at. They can order right from my website. It's the letter DS D's Baby Boomers .VIP. So if you're a VIP, that book is for you. It's D's Baby Boomers .VIP. You go right in there and you can see. As soon as you go in there, you can see how you can order the book and how I extended my life without doctors, hospitals, or surgery. And the brother's still here, born in 1959. No, I mean, born 1949. Yeah, and still here.
man, it's been an honor to be able to do this, to be able to
Yes,
share your book, to be able to share your testimony and your journey as an author. It is it's a true honor. And
yes,
you
yes,
will continue to share your light with everybody, man, because everybody needs to hear that story.
yes. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
With that, my name is Carlos Walker. This is Black Authors Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter, and this is Mr. Dwight Williams. Peace
Yes,
and
sir.
blessings.